Let me ask you something. Do you still love your wife like you always have? Still want to hold her close every night, yet your body just won't respond? If you've ever laid there, turning your back to her, pretending to sleep, just because you were afraid you couldn't do what you wanted to, you're not alone. And you don't have to hide that fear anymore. The truth is, more than half of men over 60 experience some degree of erectile dysfunction. But most don't talk about it. They stay silent. They tell themselves, maybe I'm just old now. Maybe this is how it's supposed to be. And over time that silence grows into distance. Not because the love is gone, but because the confidence to show it is. So let me say this with all due respect. If you still love, then your body deserves a second chance. Don't let silence kill both your manhood and your connection. This video will not only help you understand why this is happening, it will help you recognize the 6 most common causes of erectile dysfunction after 60, and most importantly, it will show you how to begin healing with natural, realistic steps, tailored for the male body in its 60s and beyond. No pills, no pressure, no shame. 'Cause number 1, impaired circulation. Have you noticed? There was a time when a single glance, a breath of closeness, could make your body respond in an instant. But now, even when the desire is still there, your body doesn't seem to follow through. That doesn't necessarily mean you're weak. It may simply mean that blood, the fuel your manhood needs, is no longer reaching the place it's supposed to. An erection isn't just about desire. It's about blood flow. It requires healthy blood vessels and a strong circulatory system. When blood can't move easily through the small vessels that supply the penis, especially due to atherosclerosis, high blood pressure, or elevated cholesterol, your ability to get and maintain an erection suffers. And here's the problem. The blood vessels in the penis are tiny. So even minor blockages, the kind you don't even feel elsewhere, can cause big issues down there. You might still feel aroused, still want to perform, but the erection may not be firm or it may not last. Or sometimes, everything just collapses halfway through. It's frustrating. Especially when the mind is willing but the body isn't. And that's when many men begin to question themselves. Is something wrong with me? Am I losing it? One man told me, I'm not weak. I still go to the gym. I walk every day. But when I try to be intimate, it's like the blood just can't make it there. And you know what? He was right. You're not weak. The blood simply isn't finding its way where it needs to go. So what can you do? Instead of forcing your body with pills, try opening the path for blood again, with simple, natural steps. Beets, pomegranate, and the white part of watermelon rind are rich in nitric oxide, which naturally dilates blood vessels. Walking after meals not only aids digestion, it improves circulation throughout your body. And deep belly breathing every morning boosts oxygen levels in your blood and helps calm the nervous system, which plays a role in sexual response too. This is the first step, simple, gentle, but powerful. And it might be all you need to begin reclaiming your manhood, naturally and sustainably. 'Cause number 2, diabetes and chronic illness. Most people don't realize this, but for the penis to become erect, your blood vessels and nerves have to work in perfect harmony. If just one of those systems breaks down, the entire chain reaction can fail. One of the most silent yet damaging culprits? Type 2 diabetes. Diabetes attacks your body in 2 critical ways. First, it damages the tiny blood vessels that deliver blood to the penis. Second, it gradually destroys the peripheral nerves, making it harder for the penis to feel stimulation or respond to it. I once spoke to a man, 68 years old, who had lived with diabetes for over 15 years. He told me, at first it just didn't get as hard. Then one day, it just stopped responding, even when I wanted it to. Tests showed he had peripheral nerve damage from years of high blood sugar. In other words, his body still wanted intimacy, but the signal just couldn't get through. And it's not just diabetes. Other chronic conditions like Parkinson's disease, kidney failure, liver dysfunction, or multiple sclerosis can all disrupt the brain and spinal cord, which are essential for sexual desire, arousal, and performance. But here's the key. This doesn't mean your body is giving up. More often than not, your body isn't betraying you, it's crying out for help from the inside. So, how can you answer that call? Start simple. Start real. Cut down on refined carbs, like white bread, sugary drinks, and processed snacks. This keeps your blood sugar stable and protects your nerves. Add magnesium-rich foods to your meals. Pumpkin seeds, leafy greens, mackerel, they help restore nerve signals and reduce inflammation. And most importantly, get enough sleep. Deep, restful sleep is when your body repairs damaged nerve pathways. Each night of good sleep is like a natural healing session for your nervous system. No one chooses to get sick. But when your body starts whispering that something's wrong, the best thing you can do is listen and begin, gently, to heal it from within. 'Cause number 3, medications and side effects. Many men over 60 assume their performance is fading because of age. But that's not always the case. Sometimes, the thing silently killing your sex drive is the very same pill bottle you reach for every morning. There's a long list of common medications that can interfere with erections, and most men have no idea. Blood pressure meds, especially beta blockers and diuretics. Antidepressants, especially SSRIs. Sedatives, sleeping pills, and even some medications for heart disease. The most common situation? You go to the doctor for high blood pressure, anxiety, or sleep problems. They prescribe something. You take it day after day thinking it's helping. And then, slowly, you notice things in the bedroom aren't the same. Your desire fades. Your erections become weaker. Morning wood? Gone. And you never suspect that the thing stealing your desire might be sitting right there, in your medicine cabinet. Now, of course, you can't just stop taking your meds. But you do have the right to know what they're doing to your body. You can read the labels carefully. Or better yet, talk openly with your doctor about what's happening. Today's physicians are more understanding. Many are willing to adjust dosages, switch medications, or explore other options that fit your situation. And in the meantime, you can also take steps to reduce your dependence on certain drugs, especially sedatives or sleep aids. Chamomile tea, valerian root, and warm water with honey can calm your nerves at night. Natural magnesium from pumpkin seeds, almonds, or bananas can soothe your nervous system, without the need for pills. And just 10 minutes of evening meditation with deep breathing and soft background music can do more for your sleep than you might expect. Sometimes the answer isn't in adding another pill. It's in finally understanding what your body is trying to tell you. Because once you start listening and making small adjustments, your body will start responding again in ways you may have thought were gone forever. 'Cause number 4, declining hormones, low testosterone. When people talk about erectile dysfunction, they usually think of blood flow or nerve problems. But there's another critical factor. One that runs deeper. Your hormones. More specifically, testosterone. Testosterone doesn't just drive sexual desire. It plays a central role in erection strength, energy levels, recovery after sex, and even your mood and motivation. After the age of 60, testosterone levels in men begin to quietly decline, about 1% each year. And the problem is, most men don't even realize it's happening. You might feel tired all the time even without doing much. Your belly starts growing though your eating habits haven't changed. You're just not interested anymore, physically or emotionally. And the clearest signal? You no longer wake up with a natural erection like you used to. These aren't just signs of aging. They're your body's way of saying, testosterone is running low. And here's the truth. Testosterone is a man's fuel. Don't let it quietly run dry without noticing. So how can you boost it, naturally and safely? Start small. Start where you are. Do some light resistance training. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day of planks, bodyweight squats, or light dumbbells can stimulate your pituitary gland to produce more testosterone. Add zinc-rich foods to your meals. Oysters, eggs, pumpkin seeds, and almonds are all powerful hormone supporters. And most importantly, sleep well. About 70 to 80% of testosterone production happens while you're sleeping, especially during deep sleep at night. On the other hand, try to avoid alcohol, late nights, and processed foods. They're some of the fastest ways to drain your testosterone and weaken your drive. Rebalancing your hormones after 60 is not only possible. It's often the turning point that brings your energy, your desire, and your confidence back to life. It just takes patience and a willingness to begin. 'Cause number 5, psychological factors. Stress, shame, and depression. Here's something most people don't say out loud, but I believe you know it deep down. Not every problem is physical. Sometimes the real struggle is inside your mind. The part of your brain that controls sexual desire, called the hypothalamus, is extremely sensitive to stress and emotional overload. When you're under pressure, anxious, or feeling down for too long, even if you still love and still want intimacy, your body might simply stop responding. Many men have told me, the more I want it, the less I can. And the less I can, the more I fear it. Eventually, they start avoiding intimacy altogether, avoiding eye contact with their wife, and carrying this quiet sense of guilt every night when they lie next to her. No one teaches men how to face this kind of shame. So we stay silent. We put on a strong face, and we hope, maybe it'll just go away. But the truth is, the longer you stay silent, the more distance grows. Between you and your partner, and between you and yourself. Don't forget, when your mind is in chains, your body can't move freely either. No erection happens when the mind is filled with fear, stress, or pressure. So where do you begin? Not with a pill. Not by trying harder. But by tuning into your emotions. Instead of pressuring yourself to satisfy your wife, try simply reconnecting through a soft hug, a shared gaze, a quiet moment together. Take just 5 minutes each morning to breathe deeply or meditate, and allow your mind to settle. And if you can, talk to your partner openly. Not to complain but to share. You may be surprised by how understanding she truly is. Once your mind starts to relax, your body will begin to respond again. You don't have to rush. You just have to be honest, especially with yourself. 'Cause number 6, long-term destructive habits. Some things you don't just do once. You do them every single day. And because they've become part of your routine, you no longer realize they're slowly chipping away at your manhood, bit by bit. A morning cigarette. A glass of alcohol after dinner. Hours spent sitting without moving. Skipping breakfast or grabbing something sugary and quick. Sleeping too little. Sleeping too late. Waking up with no energy. None of these habits seem connected to your sex life at first glance. But over time, they become the silent forces behind weaker erections, lower desire, hormonal imbalance, and physical disconnection. Smoking causes blood vessels to constrict, reducing blood flow to the penis. Long-term alcohol use disrupts testosterone, damages the liver, and dulls sexual reflexes. Lack of physical activity and poor sleep raises cortisol, the stress hormone, while lowering testosterone, your core source of male energy. Many men blame aging. But the truth is, it's never too late because the problem is rarely age. It's often the habits that haven't been corrected. And the good news is, you can begin again, starting small, starting now. Just 15 minutes of walking a day after breakfast or dinner improves circulation and reduces belly fat, which is directly tied to erectile dysfunction. Eat a protein-based breakfast, a boiled egg, a handful of nuts, or some canned fish. Nothing fancy. Just enough to keep your testosterone stable throughout the day. And to quit smoking, try the delay and replace method. Every time you crave a cigarette, delay it by 5 minutes. Drink water. Stand up and move. Hold something else in your hand. Do that 3 to 4 times a day and you'll slowly regain control without medication. You don't have to change everything in one day. But if you truly want to restore your strength, your confidence, and your connection with the person you love, then your daily habits are the foundation of everything. We've just walked through the 6 most common causes of erectile dysfunction after 60. From weakened circulation to chronic conditions like diabetes, the medications that quietly interfere, declining testosterone, stress and emotional suppression, and the long-term habits that slowly damage your body over time. It may sound overwhelming, but in truth, each of these causes is your body's way of speaking to you. A gentle reminder. It's time to live differently, to care for yourself not just to survive, but to reconnect with who you are, and with the person you love. Erectile dysfunction is not the end. It's a signal, a turning point, a chance to enter a new phase of life, with more awareness and intention. And no, you don't need to start big. Just today, take one simple step. Check your blood pressure and blood sugar. Then commit to 1 week of clean eating, light movement, and better sleep. Go for a walk. Breathe deeply. Drink warm water. Go to bed earlier. These are small shifts, but they're enough to wake up something in your body, something that's been waiting for you to return. And if you saw yourself in any part of this video, leave a comment, or share this with a man you care about. Because remember, if you're still alive and still able to love, then you're still able to heal.